sexy playing there.
Sexy playing there. I think we started when I was in the beginning. I just sort of...
In the beginning?
I've been in the beginning. I was fading into it. Why are you...
I liked how you... That was so clean.
It was very clean.
You sort of... Did you even have an overdrive
pedal
pedal
on?
On? Which one?
I had the Dane on.
Oh, did you?
I think it's just about... It was the feel more than... I don't know why I'm sitting with like Rob Chapman.
Playing the volume roll back or just softly?
No, I just played it softly. And then on the back there. So there's plenty of gain, but it's just like... I had a El Capistan and the old Flint. I wouldn't be able to do that with a noise gate.
It reminded me a lot of that kind of 80s, earlier 80s Clapton era, you know.
Anyway,
I know.
This is exciting.
Every time Fender do a big launch of something new, especially if it's Strat or Tele related, you guys go crazy. We go crazy. We love it.
Comment section go crazy. Comment section.
So, this is a new model from the regular factory, the Corona-based Californian factory from Fender. But it's the most top of the range they've ever gone with a sort of a production line guitar.
Right.
Some people will be looking at the price on these. So, you know, we're now talking, we're getting in between that sort of 2,500 and $3,000 kind of price point. So people are going to go, whoa. I remember when you could get a custom shop for that kind of money, which fair enough. Yep, probably 10 years ago, that would have been maybe custom shop
times
money.
Have changed, ladies and gentlemen.
Changed.
Like the times have changed too. Like and subscribe because we are very, very, very close to 1 million. Please, before I pass away.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I was not.
It's going to happen in August.
Like that.
It's going to happen in August or September. I
didn't mean it like that.
Blind.
It should do for my birthday. Come on, 28th.
So the idea being now is Ultra Luxe Vintage. There's a mouthful, right? So we know what Ultra is. Ultra is kind of modern spec.
Yeah,
guitar.
Larkin tuners.
Ultra Luxe, there was 2 or 3 guitars in this Ultra Luxe range, and it was kind of like Ultra, but with stainless steel frets and stuff like that. That's gone, right? That was mediumly popular, but not crazy popular. Ultra Luxe Vintage is this unbelievably cool hybrid kind of idea. So the best possible quality that you can get from the American factory, features that you would find on a vintage guitar, like nitrocellulose finishing, clay inlays, regular picks, so not noiseless pickups. What do you call not noiseless pickups?
Normal pickups, just
noisy pickups.
Pickups.
But then also features you'd find on a modern pointed guitar, like compound radius fretboards, stainless steel frets, locking tuners, 2-point trims.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through that.
Split this and split that.
It's a really small range. There's only there's a 50 Strat, a 60 Strat, 60 Strat with a humbucker, and a couple of Teles. Nice and easy.
What else do you need?
At the moment, Fender are just going, before we start talking about lefties and basses and offsets and all that kind of stuff, let's just see how these guys go. So we'll see.
And you can use timestamps as well to go from one guitar if you want to hear the Telecaster.
I quite liked what we did the other day when we did that Epiphone video, and we went chronologically. So what would be the first one?
Well, that would be that, wouldn't it?
So shall we start with that?
Let's do that, yeah.
Quickly say this before the eagle-eyed of you spot this, okay?
Cherry.
This is what's called an heirloom finish on a nitrocellulose guitar.
Heirloom.
So it's not trying to replicate what New Old Stock does on Fender Custom Shop. This is a kind of like a factory equivalent finish to Closet Classic. So this is there is going to be a little bit of checking. The hardware is going to have a very, 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 very minimalistic amount of kind of aging on it. It's just designed to give the guitar that slightly lived-in look.
Like my jeans.
It's less relict, I would say, than your jeans. More like my face, I would say, sort of slightly
no, that's much
aged.
more than the guitar.
Yeah, that's like heavy relic. As a result of the fact no 2 guitars will have exactly the same checking or anything like that, you can't really fake that with the way nitrocellulose ages and checks.
That's it.
So on the Andertons website, every single one of these guitars is uniquely photographed, weighed, and listed on our website. So if you want a specific kind of checking or a specific weight or whatever, dive on over to the Andertons website.
This is quite light, feel that. Is that an ash body on that one?
Yep. So, this is called the American Ultralux Vintage 50s Telecaster. There are 2 finishes in this guitar. We have white blonde, which we'll show you on screen now, which looks gorge McGorge.
Let me see.
And there with the
Yeah,
black
I would
guard.
love a white blonde. I mean,
What, like Sydney
Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
She's got good genes.
Got great genes.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
These guitars have great genes.
They do.
Pete, you need some new jeans.
No, these jeans were £5
so-
invented. Look at it. I love it.
You see what I did there, right?
And a butterscotch, which is obviously the one Pete's saying. So let's quickly give you the spec. I'll whiz through this. Ash body, maple neck. Front of the neck is shiny lacquered. Back of the neck is satin lacquered. 10-inch to 14-inch compound radius fretboard. Medium jumbo stainless steel frets. Augmented D shape profile. So augmented D is a slightly
Fat in the middle.
fuller in the hips than a regular D, apparently. They said it's slightly bigger than a normal D.
It feels like it's slightly deeper, there's slightly fuller on the top of it, not on the lower bit. So it's almost
Interesting.
like
Yeah, I was talking to Fender earlier saying, please explain to me augmented D, because I haven't had a lot of augmented D in my life. They described it as just slightly wider in the shoulders than
But
a
I think
normal
the top,
D.
if you feel it, I think there's the top where the thumb goes on around the D.
Yeah.
Boom, like that. And,
Yeah.
and the rest of it is sort of slightly. I tell you what, these annoyed me the last time and they annoy me again. Grab that knob.
Oh, what
It's going to rip your nails straight off when you do that. It's like, why would you put that on there? No
we'll
offense,
get
but-
to that. Let's
yeah.
let's get to that.
That's
I
so
have no
painful.
problem with Pete having
That's
prisons.
so painful.
I tell you what, whether it's augmented D, regular D, C, whatever, it just feels like a Fender neck, right? Black pearly dots on there, 22
Yeah.
frets.
Illuminated side dots.
We have absolutely, illuminated side dots. Pure vintage 51 single coil tele pickups. S1 pickup switch, which is where Pete was talking about that. That will take you to a series middle
In the middle.
position, but regardless of where you've got the switch anyway. So you don't have to be in the middle already to make it work. It's almost like
Like that, then that just goes.
yeah, wherever the switch is, you press the button, you get your humbuckery kind of middle position sound.
Oh, that's cool. That's
They've
cool.
gone for the 6 saddles rather than 3, but they are brass,
Yeah,
which is
brass
cool.
saddles.
The actual switch on the telly is at an angle rather
Yeah, I
than
love
straight,
that.
which is cool.
Also, what you get on this is a carve here. You get a carve here for the gentleman, and you get a carve here and a carve here. Lots of carves.
So I'm loving
almost
this
like a
really hybrid
DPT.
Mix of what might be modern versus what might be vintage.
It's got this neck that is sort of satin. It's a little bit sticky. Here, listen to that.
So when we were talking to the Fender guys earlier on,
You need that on it.
I asked about the satin on the back, lacquered on the front, and they said no, it's lacquered back and front. The difference is, it is a nitro finish front and back. The difference is they buff the front to make it shiny,
Yeah.
and they
just
wire
leave it.
wool the back to make it
Yeah.
kind of matte finish.
Yeah, that
so
needs a bit of.
I agree. Fun enough, Paul in our guitar, I was talking about a guitar that I've got that feels still a bit sticky, and he just said you just got to get some wire wool
Yeah.
on the back of it,
Really gently.
and then really
comes off.
gently.
And so the bridge. Bit of gain from the Dane. Oh, we forgot to put the... These are good pickups. What are the pickups? What are the pickups? Vintage,
they were
61? 60,
pure vintage 51s.
51, so
that's
that's like the no-caster style.
Yeah.
Sounds great, man. Feels great. Like
I'm not sure that there was anything else they could have done to that. Like, I think it's got everything I like about modern guitars and everything I like about vintage guitars. I'm trying to think. So, like, I am one of these people that has it in their head that I don't think I want noiseless pickups. I think I just want normal pickups.
Yeah.
There's a little bit about the bridge on there, which I do like, those sort of 3 big brass saddles, but I do accept that for really the best intonation, you kind of want to go 6 different saddles.
You're missing this bit here. I do feel like there's a little bit more contact. They could have do half. They could have done a half one.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you get a little bit more metal to the thing, the whole thing.
But I'm not. But I'm a huge sucker for Nitro Finish guitars. I love the fact that very, very quickly this guitar is going to start showing up all of the character that you give it by just playing it.
Yeah.
And yet, but I like the. I mean, again, Pete and I laugh about this. I don't think in my life, I don't think I've ever even had a fret dress, let alone a refret. And I think you've said you've had so the stainless steel fret thing. But there are some customers that you see them going, look, if I don't have stainless steel frets, I will literally get through a bloody set of frets every year, but not anymore.
Look at the blue Strat over there.
I know you've shown
the one
this.
That's just
it's
completely...
like 25 years old and never had a...
Yeah,
anyway.
1,500 gigs. Anyway, what's next here?
Right, if we're going chronologically, I suppose we should look at the 50 Strat. This, I think, has a couple of different types of wood options depending on the colour you go for. Yes. So if you buy it in the 3-tone sunburst, on screen now, it will have an alder body. If you go for the white blonde, it will have an ash body. And then pretty much everything I said about the Tele applies here. So you've got the same compound radius neck with the augmented D feel to it. You've got now vintage 57 single coil pickups. You have got the S1 switching. I will just refer to my notes to tell you what that does. You've now got much more forgiving sort of rubbery knobs on it, so you're hopefully not going to cut yourself on one of those.
No, I like the rubbery knobs. They're rubbery.
All the heel joint on the back is that kind of contoured, more modern access. Locking tuners,
blah, blah, blah.
Let me just, before you start doing the demo, tell you what the S1 does, and then you can demo that.
I do like the way that they've aged the knobs and the pickup surrounds, and you can see here, it's got like a dark, it sort of aged the pick guard as well. It's nice.
So S1 only works in positions 1 and 2. So position 1 is which would normally just be bridge. With the S1, it's neck and bridge.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then position 2 is all 3 pickups in parallel.
Oh,
rather than your just middle and bridge.
I'll tell you what. Let's go. Let's do that straight away. So here's the bridge. S1 switch. And that's these two together.
Yep.
And then we go into position 2. Click it, all 3 together.
Yep.
You don't hear that sound often, do you?
I like it.
Middle position. neck. Bit of a reverb from the flint. Down. All three at the same time. That's from.
That's great.
Yeah. I really like this. There's so much dynamics. Where normally these pickups are quite weak on the 50s Strats. Anyway, I can keep playing that all day long.
I like that. I like how you lose yourself in that.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It's funny you mentioned that because that's the reputation that 50s pickups have,
weak,
isn't it? A little bit weak, a little bit bright.
Yeah.
My 54 Strat, which should by rights be the weakest and brightest of them all.
Yeah.
I just started tweaking like
the amp
to compensate.
You need to turn the amp up.
And I've massively fallen in love with that guitar. And I sort of think we have this sort of ridiculous notion that, you know, you would use a 60s Strat with the same settings as a 50s Strat. You just wouldn't. You just... Anyway, that sounds great. Okay, chronologically...
That's why I need a real amp.
It's actually the another Strat now rather than back to the Custom Tele.
Yeah,
and before if you can hold that up to camera, the blue one, or actually both together, the darker colours are much easier to see the checking on than the lighter colours. So hopefully in the light you can really get a sense of what I mean on an Heirloom Nitro finish. So none of these, again, no two will be identical. It's very much about how the lacquer cracks as the wood naturally, you know, shrinks and expands due to the temperature in the room or the humidity in the room. And there you go. So that's what you're going to get, and I think that looks fabulous.
Good colour.
So there's not really like chips and dings in them. It is more about checking. There might be the odd tiny pinprick kind of thing.
Fish and chips.
But it's not trying to look like a relict guitar as such. Okay.
I can do it for you if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me do it for you.
So this is the Ultralux Vintage 60 Strat. These are all older bodies, two finishes, this beautiful, beautiful ice blue, but there is also an equally beautiful seafoam green on screen now. All the features the same, except of course we're now using a rosewood fretboard and proper clay dots on the front, illuminated ones on the side. And now you have your 61 Pure Vintage, 1961 single coil pickups, and the S1 thing is doing the same as it was on the previous guitar.
So are we looking at the same thing happening here? So let's... 2-point trem, of course.
Is that slightly mellower tone? Because I think it is a slightly mellower tone. Is it the rosewood fretboard or is it the way the pickups are wound?
It's a Katie mellower tone. Yeah, I mean...
Could be both. Could be neither.
Oh, I was almost swearing there. Middle position.
What's he going for?
Let's see how it reacts with the Dane, sorry. They're harder, these pickups, because you can hear there's more, it's not as dynamic as that one is.
But it is a softer sound,
Softer.
isn't it? It's got like a more...
Oh, I missed that. Let's get the Dane. Nines.
Oh!
I almost didn't complain about the nines, but they get a little slinky. A little slinky. But
Yeah.
it's good. Sounds good, man. I like it.
Before
I like
we...
it. It's still that sticky necky.
well, but I think that's there for you to play in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Before we move to the Tele, basically that's the same guitar, a 60s Strat, but with a humbucker.
So what happens in the humbucker position?
So the humbucker is called a Haymaker, which is a sort of
Hey.
like a PAF style vintagey output humbucker. In position 1 with the S1, it's just a straight coil split.
Yeah.
In
With the S1 in, out, it's just a humbucker.
Yeah, without S1, it's a
Yeah.
humbucker.
Oof.
With, it's a single coil. And then in position 2, without, it's the humbucker with the middle pickup. And with S1 in, it's the single coil with the middle pickup.
Okay, here, so that's just... That's a good sounding pickup,
Yeah, so
man.
it's not a high output, aggressive sounding humbucker.
Those are the best ones.
It's perfectly matched to go with
Yeah.
the sort of the vintage style pickups.
like the old Seymour Duncan jazz and
That
JB.
kind of vibe.
No drive on it. Nice. Sorry.
That's the colour for me, but if it's not the colour for you, I mean, the red with the rosewood board, I get all my guitar heroes from Gary Moore and Mark Knopfler and many, many more. But if it's not
Hank
your
Marvin.
bag, yeah, well, he would have had a maple neck, wouldn't he? There is a cool blue as well, which we'll put on screen now.
What did the
Anyway.
middle position do again when I clicked it?
Nothing. The S1 only
Right,
works
so it's only
on
here.
one.
So it splits it with the two together.
Yeah,
so it's the two split like a normal.
Imagine just having the black coil and the white coil if you're in, or now it's full humbucker in the middle.
Ebony and ivory.
Yes.
This is good.
I kind of feel like if you want a sort of a modern take on a vintage Strat,
I think this is the one
slap
you go
the
for,
humbucker
right?
in the bridge, don't you?
This is the one of them, the lot here, right? Really.
I think it's the one I'm drawn to.
If you're not going for, sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't worked that out already, I mean, I think Fender accept that over the last decade or two, maybe one or two other American brands have done an S-type hybrid vintage modern thing really, really well. And I think Fender are going, yeah, this is the guitar now. And I think I've maybe said this before with previous models of Ultra, where I've thought the guitar was fantastic. Like, I still really like Ultra, but there is a customer that goes, I don't want the noiseless pickups. I do want a Nitro finish. And that's where Ultralux Vintage comes in.
Stainless steel
I think you choose. Some do. Yeah, no,
really?
some do and some don't. So you choose. I think there's anyway. Look, you can see. And
Yeah, you
there's
see where it is.
always.
That's fair enough.
I kind of feel
fair enough.
the minute Fender do Strat or Tele right from a spec point of view, they just win because it's like that is the Strat and that's the Tele, and no one else can say that.
It's exactly
and then
what
you
it
get
is.
all the upsides of the resale value should you choose to sell it is always higher with a Fender. So I think it's a cool move from Fender to sort of try and do this. Anyway, final. There's not that many guitars in the range, which I like too. So this is the 60s Custom Telecaster, 2 colours. Love the Lake Placid blue that Pete's got, and the white binding just sets it off beautifully. If you want something slightly more
That's got a
traditional.
proper ding on it here.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
it. Oh, look at that.
3-tone sunburst,
see
also with binding, looks wicked. Both with the rosewood boards and then all the clay dots and all that kind of stuff. And these have got the 1963 pure vintage single coil Tele pickups in them. And again, S1 does the same as it did on the other Tele. So
A fat wire. Ooh. Okay, well, let's try this one out then, shall we, Lee?
yeah.
It's much more ringy, top end, not so much. I prefer the 50s sound. You can hear the strings more through
So
this.
you've got the stainless steel saddles now rather than bronze.
yeah,
Actually, I say
that's
that.
it,
Let me just
man.
triple check that.
Have a listen to just the difference. While you're looking at that, listen. This
Oh,
is
no,
just-
I just because
sorry.
I am wrong. I apologise. They are brass saddles, but chrome plated, or at least, chrome plated brass saddles. So they're not steel saddles.
Can we just do something really quick? Here's the key chord. Low end, not so
I hear the
toppy.
bass end differently.
Yeah, this
Not
is
so much the top end.
Oh man, top end. Listen. There's more string, ringy top end strings. Yeah.
Sometimes I think when you sit heavily off axis, you don't hear as much of the difference in the top end.
I prefer that. I prefer the
Let's
sound.
be
of
honest
that.
with you. They got the butterscotch blonde blackguard Tele right first, didn't
With the
they?
pickups and the whole thing. Anyway, whatever. Here we go. That's pokey.
Interestingly, when I try and think of famous Fender players. I can think of tons of 50s Tele players, tons of 60s Strat players, a few 50s Strat players, and almost no 60s Tele players. I mean, there will be some.
There will be some.
Because people will write in the comment section, but like nothing ever springs to mind to me immediately on 60s Teles. But like you say, there will be some, but I think in order of like the pantheon of Fenderness,
they got it right
50s
the first time,
for the
man.
Tele, 60s for the Strat is the order that it's in.
Let's click that. I like them. I'm sorry, but this really,
I tell you what,
it really hurts.
If anybody out there gets one of these and cuts themselves, I will send you a free set of Telecaster knobs.
Okay, you hold that down. You pull up on it.
Yeah.
That's not comfortable at all.
Yeah, but why would you do that? I don't know.
But even if you do that and you hit your back of the hand there, back of the hand is for hitting your children with, man. not for scraping on a guitar.
All right, that's it. I have enjoyed this video. I have high hopes for this Fender line.
Yeah,
I think it's got.
I think that's the guy.
For me,
For me.
I would want that one or possibly that one. And you know what though? You decide in the comment section. So there you are. I hope you've enjoyed going through these guitars with us as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we shall see you
It was good to be back.
in another video soon.
Yeah.
Indeed. Absolutely. Au revoir.
But these ones here, don't need.